Alright, looks like I should be working now. Sorry guys. My mic has been having a horrible time today. Like, literally a horrible time. So, let's see what we can do here. Get this rolling again. What's up? Let me know if my mic's working. I'm sorry if you're a lurker and don't want to tell me. You don't have to then. But hopefully this is all working now, because it looks like it is on my end. It was doing the same thing the other day and I recorded on it and it was fine, but apparently not anymore. I am? Okay. Is it working, Rodriguez? Do you have some sound from my mouth when I talk? Technicals? Yeah, hopefully. Can you hear me, Professor? Good here? Okay, thank God. Okay, so what I was trying to say while my mouth was running a mile a minute is I had no idea this was happening, like, at all. Like, I knew that, you know, Bethesda yesterday said on their Discord that they would be discussing it today sometime. I looked for an Inside the Vault at noon while I was waiting for the Atomic Shop to actually load in, because it wasn't loading in for whatever reason on Xbox, so I had to wait a little bit anyway. Couldn't find anything, and then I have notifications signed up for Bethesda for obvious reasons on YouTube, and it pinged my phone and said, we're live, and I was like, why are they live? And then it said Xbox Extended, and I was like, oh my God, I need to get on now. Like, was not prepared to do this at all, just completely, was just like flying by the seat of my pants. I was like, literally, I just need to go get a drink, and I'll come back, and we'll start, because I can't not do this, right? Because I am too flippin' excited not to do this. But thank you guys for coming back and dealing with all my technical difficulties. Yeah. Anyway. Thank you, Bimmy. Crystal, welcome. Darren, welcome. Professor, welcome. Travis, welcome. You guys are awesome. Welcome, welcome. So are you guys excited then? Did you guys know that this was happening? Am I like the only one that was in the dark on this? I know Travis didn't know. But I had no idea that it was extended. We got 6 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm so happy. I hope that we get something crazy. I really, really want something crazy. Like, super insane. Like, I don't even know what my expectation is, but I just want something amazing. Like, Fable blew my mind the other day. Like, I was not prepared for that at all. You didn't know? 1,000 worlds. 1,000 worlds! I was gonna say, Starfield looks amazing. It looks boss, to be quite honest with you. Like, the 30 frames per second, like, they were running the game, and it looked fine to me. So, if that's what they need to do that, you know, huge, expansive world that they make, that nobody else can do, then by all means, do whatever you gotta do to make the game good. Like, I just want it to run. I want to be able to play it. I could care less. If people cared about the way video games truly looked, then, you know, big name video games, like some of the ones that are like, look like NES or Super NES wouldn't even be around, but some of them are like 10 out of 10 games, so, you know, to each their own, I guess. But I'm excited. It is Tuesday, Professor. It is June the 13th. You're worried? Don't be worried. Don't be worried. Get excited. Get hyped. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. I think it's going to be all good. There is a Enclave Pip-Boy that I'll be putting up on the community post. I'll link it for you guys. I'm not an ambassador of Bethesda. Their website thing's not working for whatever reason. I contacted them but haven't heard anything back. But eventually maybe I'll be able to be an ambassador, so that way I can make a little bit of money whatever they do, or give you points or something for their store. I don't know what it is, but basically you get a discount and I get a little bit of the proceeds, and that helps everybody, I think. So, you know, if it's $2 less for you and then $2 for me, or, you know, $1, I don't even care what it is, 25 cents, but, you know, everything helps in my opinion, especially in the economy right now. Let's see here. Rather have 10 really good worlds. I'm worried about the 1,000 just because of the fact that it is such a huge promise, and I just remember the No Man's Sky. Like 100% remember seeing the showcase for that. Like I remember how excited my husband was, and then it came out and it was like, eh. But now it's amazing. It's one of the best games that's ever been made, but they had to buckle down, and it took them, what, like 2 years to get that straightened out. But I don't want that for this. Like, I want this to work, because I need them to move on to do Elder Scrolls and then Fallout. Like, this took, what, 8-10 years for them to do? Like, if it takes 8 years for Skyrim, that means that we're like 16 years away from Fallout. And like, who knows if who's going to be alive at that point, you know what I'm saying? Like, with the way everything is in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, that people that's 20 dropping dead and 30. I mean, I'm not getting any younger, and I'm not very young to begin with, so. No man's lie. Time for a Discord server? Well, Travis, if you want to come over and help me set it up, come on over. Like, I know we started the rough draft, so to speak. But yeah. But don't forget to hit the like button, guys, while we're waiting, if you don't mind. It'll help push it out a little bit. I mean, 1, 2, anything helps. No man's lie. But yeah, the Tuesday video is up. And the Atomic Shop, there's nothing new. And the dailies and weeklies, most of you probably don't need. If you do need them, they're there for you. Everything's there. They do have some really boss, like, older stuff that doesn't get put in the Atomic Shop as frequently as most people would like to see. So that stuff is there, so you might want to just stop by, even if you're not going to play Fallout, just to look at the Atomic Shop, because they got some really cool stuff in there today. Like the race car beds in there, the Nuka-Cola Girl rocket suit, that's in there. There's a couple other, like, really cool things. Oh, the Lumberjack jackpot thing, that's in there if you don't already have that. Dante, welcome. Thank you so much for being a member for 2 months. Your little thing turned yellow. It's awesome. Awesome, awesome. How are you guys doing today? Is anybody else excited about Fallout at all? Because I am. Like, I need to know something, like, more than what they've given us. I'd like to see some more on Starfield, but I'm not expecting anything from Starfield on this, like maybe a small little something on it, like maybe a blurb about the 30 frames per second thing, but other than that, like, I'm not expecting a whole lot since they did a 45-minute showcase. Like, I'm just not expecting it. I'm hoping that we get some Fallout news, but hopefully we'll get a little bit of both. Need to play more? Yes, you do. Definitely. Everybody should play Fallout. But I am super excited. I had no idea I was going to be doing this. So, just kind of rushed about to try to get this going. Messed up the first live stream. And had to redo it. Like first. Yeah, get it. Thank you guys so much for pushing the like button. I do appreciate it. A limited edition Enclave Pip-Boy, right? What did it say? 1,500 being made? That's it. I'll throw it up right now. You guys are awesome! Okay. Because I've been trying to do this post for like 10 minutes and then everything got messed up on my sounds end. There we go. Text. This guy. And then, let's see, this guy here. Next. Post. That is a long, long code. Okay, it's up. The community post is up in case you want it. Hokey, what is up? Welcome to the live stream. 30 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Longest seconds of my life. Literally longest seconds of my life. Okay.
So who's the angel, who's the devil, though? That's the real question between Solomon and Johnny.
I'd like to think I'm always an angel.
This is like the beginning of a movie. You know, like the beginning credits, like for the movie company, like MGM or Warner Brothers or whatever. So excited for Fallout and Fable. Fable looks amazing. It doesn't actually, I can't see anything about it, but you know, I think it's going to be amazing. Hopefully it's amazing. Here we go. Some Starfield. That thing looked awesome too. There's Fable. Some Forza. Simulator. At least they're doing a little bit more with that. Is that Cyberpunk? It looks like it. Fable again. Fallout. Of course. Outriders. Outlaws, I mean. I can't remember what that one was called. They have a lot of stuff going on. Okay. Let's get into this. I need to get into what's actually going on right now. Oh, Avowed. Yeah, Avowed looks very interesting. I think Jason will get 100% sucked in on that. It looks like a good, you know, game to tide you over if you're wanting, like, Elder Scrolls or something like that. So I have a feeling that a lot of people will probably pick it up and try it. I mean, if anybody can, you know, simulate Bethesda, it's them. Because, I mean, they did New Vegas. So they know, you know, roundabouts how they work, so. Because Outer Worlds remind me a lot of Fallout, so. Yes, let's go. Get it.
Welcome to the Xbox Games Showcase Extended. My name is Tina Amini, and I'm here to dive a little bit more into the games you saw at our recent Xbox Games Showcase. Showcase featured 27 ambitious games, all coming to Xbox. Games like Clockwork Revolution from In Exile Entertainment, Fable from Playground Games, and from our partners, Star Wars Outlaws from Ubisoft Massive in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, and Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess from Capcom. Today, we'll take a closer look at some other games from our showcase lineup and introduce you to some more games too. We've got the game director of Avowed from Obsidian Entertainment breaking down the game's trailer, and the game director of Hi-Fi Rush from Tango Gameworks is here to tell us about their newest update. You'll also hear from Sarah Bond, head of the Gaming Ecosystem Organization for Xbox, who will tell us more about a program to bring games from underrepresented developers with unique visions to Xbox and Game Pass. And we may just have a few other fun guests in store for you too, so stay tuned.
You better have
but
some
first,
more guests.
Let's check out the rainy streets and sinister markets of Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty.
Oh, I mean, Cyberpunk always looks
Hello,
cool,
everyone. I'm really excited to welcome you to this exclusive Xbox tour over Black Market, one of the locations in Dogtown that you are going to be able to explore in Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty.
I just want to play I just want to follow some
As you can see,
news.
Dogtown
so
welcomes you with open arms.
Too tame?
This is Black Market, a location where you as a player, as a mercenary, you can obtain unique cyberware and weapons, things that you cannot find anywhere in this world. Dogtown is a part of Night City, but it has its own very distinct look and vibe.
Supposedly it's about
outside of the jurisdiction of NCPD, attracting all kinds of eccentrics and dangerous characters.
I meant to put it on my list.
Radical mods, Jim. Never seen anything like that on a non-maelstromer.
You mean this? Ain't seen nothing yet. Check this out.
That's awesome.
Or this here.
We have put a lot of work into making the world feel more alive. Small scenes, secrets to find, Easter eggs, make this place feel more vibrant and more believable.
You're 100% right, Rodriguez.
But what's inescapable in Dogtown is Kurt Hansen. Kurt is a leader of Borges militia who rules Dogtown with an iron fist.
You've come to the right place. NCPD, gang wars, not in Dogtown. Taxes, who the needs them? In Dogtown, I keep your business safe as long as you abide by my rules.
A really nice guy, as you can see.
I thought zone.
Really nice
The black
guy.
market also is a place where you can find new illegal weapons and goods. They are some of the most powerful items in the world, but are often much more dangerous to use. A new cyberware capacity system, which leads you to push your body to the limit and give you new abilities
You haven't started it?
to deliver more thrilling gameplay
That's
experiences.
third and-
like
and-
the air dash or the ability
and
to see the
First
enemies
person?
through the
Oh,
walls,
okay. I was
or
like, what's
change your
2SD?
appearance to lose the
2ST
heat.
Street? I'm like, is
Our
that a
guest is the
place?
authorities
Third and
of
Second
Dogtown,
Street?
and they are more dangerous than NCPD. When you as a player commit crimes in
Right, I love
Dogtown,
that.
they are the guys who are going to chase you. We have completely overhauled the police system. Police actions are more believable,
Oh, well, that's cool.
dynamic, and diverse. The team has been working passionately to deliver you more deeper and meaningful experience, and I really cannot wait for you to find out more this September. See you in Dogtown.
Oh, that's nice. I was gonna say Starfield. Man, I need money. I need some money. Ryan, what's up? Welcome to the stream. We're watching the extended Xbox
We're not
Showcase.
done talking about CD Projekt
Bethesda
Red's
was
next
actually
dive
streaming
into
it
the
on
story
YouTube,
between
and that's the
V
only
and
reason why
Johnny
I found
just
out
yet.
about it, because there's nothing
In
on my
fact,
Xbox when I
we're
turned
here
it
with
on
the
or
voice
anything.
and stylings of Johnny Silverhand, Keanu Reeves himself. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
They
Likewise.
did mention
Well,
something that was
Phantom
kind of
Liberty
weird
introduces
when they did
us
the
to
Starfield
an
thing. I
entirely
think it
new
was by
location
accident,
in
but
Night City. It's
I
called
like to
Dogtown.
read into everything.
It's this
They said if your
devastated
friend
place
comes over and
controlled
visits
by
your
militia.
planet.
But I think you know more about it than I do. So how would you describe it
I
to
was like,
players?
Night City has its own kind of levels to it, and I think Dogtown is kind of going down to a darker place. It's dystopian. It has a tension to it,
Look
and
at that shirt.
this undercurrent of kind of violence, you know, like, and struggle.
Matrix guy,
you know,
yes.
can
It's
I
John
swear?
Wick.
Yeah.
Shit's gone down in Dogtown.
Oh, I like that tagline.
Yeah, and it's just, you know,
I love
I mean,
Keanu
hopefully it'll
Reeves.
be fun for people to
He
play
is. He
there.
is.
It's hard to believe that there's an
Petty,
underbelly to the
welcome, by the way.
underbelly
Yes,
that is
thank
Night
you.
City, right?
Yes,
Yeah, I'm a little
yeah.
scared.
Yeah.
But in a good way.
No, it's a good way. I mean, we're all kind of drawn to, we're all moths to the flame,
Mm-hmm.
aren't we? And there's a lot of flame in Dogtown.
Well, if anyone can take it on, it's V. So that certainly
Yeah.
gives me the confidence.
I thought about
Yeah,
playing
Visa
Cyberpunk, but I'm too
Survivor.
focused on other
Exactly.
games.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I am too.
And we just saw a tour of Dogtown, too, so we got a little bit of that
Oh, cool.
ambiance, and we can see
Yes, he
what
is.
the environment is like. People are getting beat up. It's not good.
It's, yeah.
It's not the friendliest place to be. You gotta be prepared for it, truly.
Yeah.
But in our tour, we also hear a recording from a Colonel Kurt Hansen. Who's this guy? Because he seems pretty dangerous, too.
Yeah. That guy. No, I'm sorry. I can't say that. My inner Johnny came out.
I think that's
My
good. You know,
inner-
we know the tone now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's ex-military, military too, ruthless, power
Rodriguez, you're fine,
hungry,
man. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
manipulative, and Johnny doesn't like him.
I could see that. I mean, Night City in general is the kind of place that breeds that kind of character.
Yeah.
Let's take a step back. Let's talk about Johnny as a person instead of this horrible person known as Colonel Kurt Hansen. I don't know about this guy, but people like Johnny, and I think it's interesting because we know him to be opinionated. He's radical. We've seen that in Cyberpunk 2077 in the Man campaign, but as we get to know him, he's got a sensitive side too. He can actually be quite caring.
That's what makes it so much fun.
See here.
He is outspoken.
Forever building
He
Ted.
is a little grumpy,
Excellent.
and he has a right to be. He's been used. He's
I do
been
too.
abused. He's been abandoned, and I think that through
Definitely
that kind of
want to play some
hardness
Cyberpunk,
of his
but
outside,
it's like one of the back
there is a
catalog
vulnerability
list
to
that's
him.
like a mile
and I
long
think
for me right now. I
what's
feel
great
like.
about it is I get to play that character in so many different ways, and so the range of it is cool.
And especially for the player, you get to see these moments in flashbacks. You start to understand he's a product of his upbringing, truly, of his surrounding.
Well, let's not get carried away. I mean, we can start talking about nature and nurture. I'm sorry, I keep dropping into Johnny, but yeah, I like his anger. I like his passion. I like what he stands for.
All jokes.
he's really just looking for a fair shot.
Jokes and jokes.
I love that he's kind of going through music, that there's an artist side to him. And, you know, I got some great speeches.
There's all these moments with Johnny where a tiny little thing, you know, elicits this really fun response. You can flip him off and he double birds you back. I love those kind of moments.
Or rock.
I think another interesting lens of looking at him as we get into Phantom Liberty is his dynamic with Solomon Reed. So what can you tell me about Johnny's relationship with Idris Elba's character?
I think
Another great
Solomon
actor.
has some things in common with Johnny in the sense of the military, the sense of being used, abused. You know,
Back to work.
it's in the title,
All right,
right?
Travis.
They're fighting for a liberty.
It'll be up for you.
You know, Solomon's kind of trying to
About trailer
reclaim
breakdown.
his life, you know, and Johnny's doing the same thing. You know, it's Cyberpunk 2077, so it might start off as revenge.
I was really hoping he was going to
And
be
it might
007, but
end
now
as
Henry
revenge,
Cavill's,
but I think
you know, free.
Sometimes he feels like
I
he's
kind of want him to
lashing
be
out
it,
at
but
the wind.
he would make a really good
You know?
007.
And I think Solomon has been living out in the kind of the desert of his life, right? Kind of hiding and harboring.
Yeah.
But I think he also has that kind of soft and hard side to
16
him as
times
well.
the detail.
So as somebody who's very familiar with thrillers, because you've starred in a few, what do you think about Phantom Liberty makes for a good spy thriller in particular?
The quest to understand what's going on. So, and the kind of scavenger hunt of information, the mystery, the double crossing, what is true, what's fiction, what can you count on, you can't count on anything. That is really kind of amplified.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for coming out to
Those
another
yellow
Xbox
sneakers, man.
presentation. You've got a lot of fans out there in the Xbox community, so I think I can speak for all of us in saying we really appreciate you showing up here today.
Oh, well, thank you.
But before
It's an
I
honor
close
to be
things
here.
out,
Yeah.
well, before I close things out, I'd love your help here, Keanu. How do you think Johnny would end this interview right now?
Well, there's a lot of ways you could do that. But, Tina, pleasure to meet you.
Oh, is that how Johnny would do it?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Johnny.
Nice to see
Such
you.
a pleasure to have you here. I thought you were going to kick down the camera or something, so.
No, you see, he's respectful.
I need an
You know,
Xbox. Josh,
You're a good egg.
I need
Oh, thank
a
you.
PC
You
tower.
too. And I'll see you out there again soon.
We're in the same boat, my friend. I think yours is a little bit less expensive than mine, though. Oh, really? Really? Oh my god. This is definitely one I gotta finish.
Oh, I'm so sorry for dragging you all into this.
That game's hilarious. How? Knife? That's awesome. How? Knife available for purchase only? I'm assuming it's DLC.
The world you think you live in
Strange
doesn't
creature.
exist. It's a pantomime,
Supernatural events.
theater. And if you get a glimpse behind the scenery, the
This
stagecraft,
looks awesome.
you will discover nothing but darkness. And once perceived, it
What?
will swallow you whole.
That looks interesting. Watch it be like a sad scroll.
I'm in a race against
Oh,
this
top
darkness.
down.
A race to locate an ancient ruin, a tower of unspeakable power. I need the best of the best.
I mean, it looks interesting. I
They're
won't
all
ever
dead.
play that. Breaks my husband's heart.
So I'll
Let's
use
see.
you. Scoundrels. Thieves.
I don't need an Xbox.
Cutthroats.
I was gonna
The
say
best
Starfield
of the
though, man.
worst.
Mwah, it looks beautiful. cannot wait for Starfield.
Oh, come now. Try not to look so glum.
Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. I thought Fallout 4 was supposed to come out this year, but they have not said anything about that either. So maybe they might mention it, but they didn't say Todd Howard's going to be here. They didn't say Bethesda. They just said, you know, I don't know. I'm trying not to get too disappointed, but I'm a little disappointed they didn't say anything. They're like, maybe some other special guests.
When it comes to RPG studios, Obsidian Entertainment is among the very best. From Fallout New Vegas and The Outer Worlds to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 and Pentiment, Obsidian Games have placed their stamp on the genre. Joining us today for a closer look at Avowed is game director Carrie Patel. Carrie, I'm so excited to have you here. We just saw this big reveal of Avowed, and there's so many little bits of information in there that I want to dig out and pick your brain around.
Anybody else excited about this
before we get into all that, I'm assuming that you don't need to have played Pillars 1 or 2 to really get into Avowed.
You're absolutely right. You don't need to have played Pillars 1 or 2. You can come to the world of Avowed fresh. We want this to be a welcoming experience to new players, but if you are a returning fan, there are some recognizable tidbits.
For people who have played Pillars 1 or 2, can you tease any more of just those general connections to the universe? And no major spoilers, of course.
Yeah. There are a couple returning characters that players might recognize from Deadfire in particular. Players who have played the original games will recognize some of the parts of the world and some of the factions. The Adirian Empire plays pretty heavily into the world of Avowed, so all of that will be familiar to returning players.
We do start to see some of that Pillars universe now in the Avowed setting, which is really exciting, and it's looking amazing so far. But can you confirm one thing for me? Are we still in Aora?
We're still in Aora, and specifically we're in a region called the Living Lands. So again, returning Pillars fans will recognize the Living Lands as this otherworldly frontier. It's very remote. It's relatively unknown. It's this very dramatic landscape full of all of these different valleys with these unique biomes and creatures, just a really unique visual perspective. And it's a wonderful frontiersy spot that's set for adventure. There's a lot that's undiscovered, and so that's the part of Aora that we're introducing players to in Avowed.
And we also see a character talking to us in the trailer. He seems like he might be a companion, because that would be a very Obsidian thing to do. So what's going on with that?
Yes, this is Kai, and he is one of the first companions you meet in the game. He's an Aumaua. That's one of the unique species of the world of Aora. And Kai as a character brings a balance of this really battle-hardened perspective. He's seen a lot. He's served as a soldier and a mercenary, but he also has a really unique sense of humor. So he brings a spirit of levity and camaraderie to the party as well.
And as he's talking to us, he's also kind of conveying, well, he's straight up saying that he's afraid of you and your abilities. But it's not like the heroes are the only powerful beings in this universe. So I'm curious what that means for who we are as the player character. Are we a watcher again, like in Pillars 1 and 2? Or maybe we have some connections to the spirit realm and beyond that gives us these terrifying abilities?
So you're not a watcher this time, but you do have a unique soul connection to the world that gives you a connection to the Living Lands and to some of the more mysterious forces at work there. The player is also being sent as an envoy of the Adirian Empire, and so they come with both a very mysterious aura, but also a certain sense of political urgency.
Kai also mentions a plague. That's another bit of detail that we get within the trailer. We see a very concerning growth on a lot of the creatures in the world. What can you tell us about this plague?
I can't say too much just yet, except that it is a unique soul plague that is devouring the Living Lands, and part of the player's mission in being sent here is to investigate and try to stop it.
We also saw a lot of combat in the trailer, and we see dual-wielding pistols, we see spells,
played like 2 or 3 hours.
We see swords, we see just a ton of abilities. A lot that actually is really reminiscent of the Pillars universe too, but those were isometric, top-down view games, and Avowed is a first-person game. So how did the team approach that same kind of fantasy combat, but in the first person for Avowed?
So we wanted to take that same depth and breadth of play styles and combat abilities and player fantasies, where you can play someone who's very magically attuned, more traditional fighter, a ranger, and really invest in whatever play style is most appealing to you personally. We wanted to take that depth and breadth and translate it into a first-person experience, where you can feel the visceral nature of the attacks, feel the dynamism and the momentum of those attacks as you're executing them, and that means including a range of options like, as you noted, dual-wielding pistols, which is one of my favorites because you don't see that often in fantasy RPGs, but also traditional sword and board, a whole host of magical abilities, a lot of things that'll be both a little bit familiar but hopefully new to players as well.
And I've got one more question for you, because I know the audience is going to want to know this one, but just how big is this game?
So it's going to be roughly comparable to something like Knights of the Old Republic 2 or The Outer Worlds. It is set up as a series of interconnected open zones that players can explore at their own pace. You can invest in discovering every nook and cranny in the world, discovering every secret, finding every side quest, meeting every character, or you can have a much more focused experience. And it's really up to players and how much time they want to spend in the Living Lands, but I'm hopeful that they're going to spend a lot of time with us once Avowed releases.
Well, count me in as one of those players, because I definitely want to read and hear every line of dialogue, everything everyone has to tell me, and discover every inch of the Living Lands. Well, thank you again so much for being here, Carrie. This has been so insightful
Nothing
and fun.
on Discord.
Thank you, Tina.
No,
this has been a pleasure.
That I can find.
That was just a taste of what you can expect from Obsidian Entertainment when Avowed lands next year on Xbox, PC,
Ryan,
and Game Pass.
I'm not very surprised, just because, you know, Microsoft, they need as many like cards they can have in their deck right now. Like, they really do, if they're going to try to even get anywhere close to being what PlayStation is, which I know that's not like their 100% thing, but
퍼스트 디센던트는
like it looks
언리얼
better
엔진
if you can beat the
5를
PlayStation Showcase. You know what I'm
30
saying? So like the more like surprises and have people watching and more people are excited.
콘솔과 PC 크로스플레이가
Like
가능하고
that's what they're going for, I
플레이로
think.
즐기실 수 있도록
I think
개발됩니다.
the like roadmap definitely has something to
퍼스트
do with
디센던트에서
Atlantic
플레이어는
City. That's why we didn't get the
인류의
roadmap.
생존을 위해 침략자들의 맞서 싸우게 됩니다. 계승자는 플레이어의 캐릭터로서 다양하고 개성적인 컨셉과 전투 스타일을 가지고 있습니다. 플레이어는 계승자를 통해 잉그리스 대륙을 탐험하며 스토리를 체험하고 다양한 임무를 혼자서 혹은 협동 플레이로 수행하게 됩니다.
Oh, there you go.
또한
Third
최대
person.
4인 협동 플레이로 거대 보스와의 레이드를 경험할 수 있습니다. 거대 보스별 다양한 기믹과 부위 파괴 등을 통해 밀도 높은 팀 플레이를 체험하실 수 있습니다. 현재 개발팀은 작년 베타 테스트에서 플레이어분들에게 받은 피드백을 개선하는 작업과 신규 컨텐츠의 개발을 진행하고 있습니다. 지금 보시는 화면은 최초로 공개하는 엑스박스 시리즈 X의 실제 게임 플레이 영상입니다. 언리얼 엔진 5를 활용한 높은 퀄리티의 그래픽이 안정적으로 돌아가도록 열심히 개발 중에 있습니다. 신규 계승자 역시 개발 중에 있는데요. 이 계승자는 물을 이용한 독특한 컨셉의 플레이를 경험할 수 있도록 디자인되었습니다. 또한 자기장을 이용한 방어 능력과 비행 스킬을 지닌 새로운 캐릭터도 개발하고 있습니다. 플레이어분들이 더 많은 탐험을 하고 몰입감 넘치는 스토리를 경험할 수 있도록 다양한 환경의 신규 맵을 개발하고 있으며 새로운 타입의 보스 레이드 역시 지속적으로 개발하고 있습니다. 그리고 많은 분들이 요청하셨던 코스메틱 시스템도 도입 중에 있는데요. 캐릭터들마다 다양한 컨셉의 스킨을 제공할 예정이며 소비기 아이템을 통해 개성을 마음껏 뽐낼 수 있도록 지원할 예정입니다. 가장 많은 피드백을 받았던 그래플링 훅은 시스템을 완전히 변경하였습니다. 변경된 그래플링 훅은 조작에 따른 회전과 이동 시 가속 감속을 지원하여 조작의 재미를 훨씬 더 증대하였습니다. 이 밖에도 피드백을 반영하여 점프 모션, 총기 사운드, UI와 UX를 지속적으로 개선해 나가고 있으며 계승자 스킬을 개조할 수 있는 시스템도 개발 중에 있습니다. 게임 사운드 또한 글로벌 유명 게임 작곡가인 스티븐 바튼과 협업하여 보다 풍성한 청각적 경험을 제공하기 위해 준비 중에 있습니다. 마지막으로 여러분께서 가장 기다리실 소식을 전해드리겠습니다. 현재 저희는 연내 출시를 목표로 하고 있으며 그에 앞서 8월 엑스박스 시리즈 X와 S를 포함한 콘솔과 PC에서 크로스플레이 베타 테스트를 진행할 예정입니다. 베타 테스트는 8월 22일부터 8월 28일까지 일주일간 진행되며 오늘부터 공식 홈페이지를 통해 신청하실 수 있으니 플레이어분들의 많은 참여를 부탁드리겠습니다. Be the first descendant.
Alright. What is this?
When we were wrapping up Banner Saga, we were really talking about what is it we want to do next.
We earnestly started with the idea of making a game that was hopeful, that was a triumph for the human spirit.
Something that had a lot of replay ability, something that you can really explore for a long time.
There are different worlds that we want to explore. Towerborn is that game.
Towerborn?
Towerborn is a fast-paced action RPG. It's a co-op game. You can play it online. You can play it on a couch with your friends and family.
That's cool. Couch
Everybody's
co-op.
moving through the world map together. As the players move out, they start breadcrumbing the storyline that is being told here. From the world map, you go into fun, fast combat. You come out of that with resources and crafting items, and with all their new loot, they can go back to the Belfry.
That's going to cost. Looks like a download-only game.
Is the player's safe haven and humanity's safe haven. The player can customize their appearance, their loadout, talk to all these different NPCs.
The world itself is a mix of 3D and 2D. We definitely wanted to have that kind of beautiful background that you see in animated movies.
Towerborn is all about humanity's last chance at survival.
Humanity is clinging to hope and clinging to this tower.
It is your mission to try to hold the forces of darkness at bay, to give humanity a chance at survival.
The most important thing about the gameplay is it's just fun. And it kind of just amplified its fun the moment you added another player. All of the players can build their character in a way that's specific to them.
I have not
it just
heard
turns
anything
into this
about
back
that.
And forth exploration.
Ryan,
like, let's
I would be
try
interested to know
do
more
this
of that.
one combo, and then let's see if you can do a follow-up. From a couch co-op perspective, that's just really fun because there's not too many couch co-op games anymore.
I have to agree with him. There's not enough couch co-op.
I'm hoping in 5 years from now, it's in a place that I never even would have thought of.
It's a seasonal game, which is different for us.
Players can expect a new storyline with new quests, new biomes. We'll be rolling out new gear, new monsters, new bosses.
Expanding on the content in a continuous, organic way, so it just becomes a living world.
When we started Stoic, we decided, let's just make games that we feel strongly about and we want to play. We had to find the right relationship with a publisher, and I think we found that with Xbox. They've enabled us to make the game that we want to make here.
Is that
I
bowl
earnestly
of
cannot
floating
wait
ramen?
for the community
Oh,
to
it
see the
definitely
game
is.
that we're rolling out here.
It's upside down, looks
Towerborn
like a
is,
jellyfish.
I really believe something unique.
Insider program. Once in a blue moon? Yeah!
There's that roar again.
2 new public events.
Stop, please. What the hell is that thing?
What are those outfits? Probably Chinese stuff. Your rewards. Howling good time. June 20th. We got a date. Oh man. Feels good to have a date.
I'm John Rush, art director for Fallout 76. I hope you enjoyed the world premiere of the trailer for our Once in a Blue Moon update coming June 20th, free to play
Honey
for
Bunny,
anyone
welcome.
who owns Fallout 76. The blue moon has risen over the hills of Appalachia, bringing with it a ton of great new content for players. That includes new cryptids like the Blue Devil and Ogwa to threaten the progress of the Blue Ridge Caravan Company. We've also got 2 new public events, both of which give you a chance to earn caravan and cryptid-themed rewards.
Got some good stuff.
Defend the Middle Mountain pit stop from waves of monstrous creatures and safe and sound.
Things adorable.
And thwart a horde of crazed cultists and beasts of burden. With Season 13, we've also got a new scoreboard called Shoot for the Stars.
Oh, please.
Which celebrates the stars of the silver screen and gives you a chance to earn cinema-themed rewards.
That's awesome.
And we're not done yet.
Woo!
Next year, we're taking players to Atlantic City, where they'll gamble on the fates of new factions for the opportunity to win big. Do your part in helping the Blue Ridge Caravan Company and earn rewards along the way.
Nice.
Once in a Blue Moon is coming June 20th. Appalachia is coming at ya. We'll see you there.
Oh, they didn't do Atlantic City's date. They didn't say anything about the double mutated events. Did they just like flush that and I missed it? I'm so happy that we got something on Fallout 76. I was gonna say, it just said coming soon. I didn't hear him say anything. If anybody else heard something different, we'll make sure to let Bimmy know. Next year, need that outfit. You're gonna say, I'll have to go back and listen again. I didn't hear him say next year. That's probably just my selective hearing because I don't want to hear that come out of their mouth. Like at all. Like, come on now. Then why'd they hold back the 2023 roadmap if it's coming out next year? Like, I wonder if we'll get something on the TV show. So we got like, what, a week? We get to all go back to the wastelands. Advance notice. They just dropped it on us last time. Sure sounded like next year. Definitely said next year. That's so... I definitely did not want to hear that. Can you tell? I didn't hear that at all.
We've just seen a new trailer.
Dante's like me neither.
Hi-Fi Rush called Arcade Challenge Update. No joke. There's literally exclamation
next
points
year, everybody will be playing Starfield,
so here
right?
to explain that and more about the update is game director John Johannes. Welcome
They're going to need
Showcase
something
Extended,
to try
John.
to lure us back to the
Really
wasteland.
glad to be here.
Exclamation points?
I'll probably still be playing.
They have to be in there.
Am I kidding?
Yeah. It feels
It's
intense.
style.
I will play
It's
playing
style, yeah.
Starfield too. I'm just going to be trying to
Hi-Fi
manage
Rush
all
is
of
such a
it.
stylish game in general. I think that's one of the things that people really excitedly pointed out
Yeah.
when we shadow dropped the game
Yeah,
in the
Ryan.
developer direct
But I still
earlier
don't want
this
to hear
year.
next year for
But
Atlantic
making
City.
a brand new
Not at all.
IP is always a bit of a risk. Your
Definitely not.
studio's known for kind of scarier games like The Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo.
Can't deny that. But yeah, this type of game is something I just always wanted to make personally. And I just thought music and action work so well together. And after I had finished working on The Evil Within 2, it just felt like the right time to try something new. And our studio's always been about just making fun games. It doesn't have to be about a certain genre. We're not about making one specific thing.
And fortunately, there's plenty more of that content to come because we just saw an absolutely jam-packed trailer. So I'd love for your help in breaking down all the details, all the stuff going into this update.
Sure. There's a lot, so bear with me.
Come on.
Everything in this mode is
I wanna
unlockable
break
once you
down
finish
of
the
the
game,
Fallout stuff.
and you'll unlock an arcade
And
cabinet
then a
in your
breakdown of
hideout. And by
Starfield.
accessing
More
it, you get
Starfield.
2 new modes. One is
Let's
called
see
BPM
here.
Rush mode, which takes the gameplay
What
up
new
to
mutated events are we
higher
getting?
speeds than we've ever
It's
done
just the
in
double
the main
mutated,
game.
but they
And the
haven't
other
even
is called
talked about
Power
it.
Up Tower
Like,
Up, which
they
is a
did the
new sort of
PTS for
randomized
it,
spin on the
and then
Rhythm
that
Tower
was
mode
it.
that we had in the original game.
It didn't come
And
out with the
included in
next
this mode
patch.
are 5
I thought
new
it would
original
come out with
songs
this
to play
next
to,
update,
as
but
well
they
as
still haven't
2
even
brand new
mentioned anything
enemies,
about it. I'm like,
and
you'd
then
think
there's
they'd at least
special
say,
attacks and
you know,
this
they're
whole
making the
meta
mutated
system
events
for
harder or
unlocking
something.
upgrades and rewards, and that's
And
what
I'm
I
like,
can think
it
of right
seemed
now.
awfully weird that they, you know,
I love that
talked
there's
about
so
it
much
and
to
then never
unpack
did
there.
anything
But
with it.
let's rewind. Let's talk about just BPM Rush for now.
Sure.
It was described in the trailer as
Thank you guys for all
effectively
the likes, by
Hi-Fi
the way.
Rush's equivalent of a turbo mode. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, early on, the team was like, how fast can we go? And in the game, we kind of settled at, about a max 160 BPM. But this mode really takes it up to 200 BPM. But we sort of ease you in there.
Beats
It's a
per
gradual upgrade until it eventually gets so fast, you just got to sort of think on your feet and naturally react to the rhythm in the combat of the game.
I personally love that there's a lot of accessibility settings in the game too. It makes it so that you can adjust the game to your own comfort level. But this is a post-game challenge. It's meant for when you've gotten into the rhythm of the game. So I'm curious if you have any pointers as
her
far as how
fingernails
to
are
tackle that
Xbox.
challenge.
As an action
case
game, I
nobody
think a lot
knows
of people
that.
want that sort
I
of
just did.
next level challenge, another way to use their abilities in a new type of environment. This mode does that by putting you at the high speed. But we also have multiple difficulties. We have an easy mode for people who want to experience what that's like, but maybe are not in tune with that sort of high difficulty that's accompanied with this stuff. But then we have a casual normal mode as well. And then we have, after beating those modes, we can unlock an EX mode, which takes up to a hard level where damage is multiplied and keeps you at that high BPM throughout the entire time.
But there already was a post-game challenge when Hi-Fi Rush launched. It was the Rhythm Tower mode. You mentioned that briefly earlier. That's the one where you face just increasingly difficult combat. So how has that evolved with the Power Up Tower Up mode?
So the Rhythm Tower tower mode was kind of like a very curated experience. And while it was very challenging, you can prepare, go in and sort of customize your character, know what you're getting into. And in this mode, we flip it to the almost opposite end. Chai starts off downgraded. We actually remove all your abilities, and you have to earn them back by fighting waves of randomized enemy sets.
You've done so well, let's just
and
downgrade
after
you.
every wave of enemies, you get to choose from a series of power-ups that can gradually increase your stats. Each of these upgrades comes with either bonus or negative modifiers as well to the gameplay, so you can take more risks or less risks depending on which upgrades you pick. And again, those upgrades are randomized each level, so you really kind of have to have an understanding of the systems and not quite master them, but have a good grasp if you want to go in and come out on top.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, it was a really packed trailer. There was a lot of information in there. It's a chunky update. So what else have you got for us? Because I feel like there's more on the table there.
Yeah, so by playing in the 2 modes, you unlock these rewards through these challenges that are connected to these 2 modes. And in those rewards are things like accessories for Chai and new costumes for Chai 808, and even as well as fan favorite Corsica. We have new modes for the photo mode as well, things like new filters. We have new poses for the characters. We have stickers that you can place on the photos now. And then there are some extra hidden secrets that we don't want to give away right now, which, as you know from our game, we like to hide in there and we like people to find, which is always fun. And then, in conjunction with this release, we're also releasing a separate costume pack, which is a kind of take on what the characters would look like if maybe this game took place in a different time period.
Ooh, a little tease. I like that.
And there's some really fun-looking stuff in there. So,
please just
well, thank you again so much for coming out all the way from Japan to Showcase Extended, John.
I'm super glad to be here.
That's all we have to share about the new update for Tango Gameworks' Hi-Fi Rush coming soon. Now it's time for us to return to the second era of Tamriel in the Elder Scrolls Online. ZeniMax Online Studios debuted the trailer for their upcoming expansion at Showcase, and today they're here to break that trailer down for us. Let's hear what the team has to say about the Necrom expansion for Elder Scrolls Online.
Yay, ESO. Shadow of Morrowind.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching the Xbox Showcase. I'm Rich Lambert, the creative director on Elder Scrolls Online.
And I'm CJ Greb, I'm the project art director for Elder Scrolls Online.
One of the really interesting things about Elder Scrolls Online is it's different than really any other game out there. It's not your typical level-gated world. Go anywhere, you can explore in any order you want to.
You really can hop in at any moment, play with anybody, can play any part of the game.
And any story.
And of course, I mean, we're on Xbox Game Pass, you know, the biggest open world RPG on Xbox. And if you're at all a fan of Elder Scrolls, you can go places that you maybe have never gone before in an Elder Scrolls game,
and do things that you've never been able to do. There's so many different activities to participate in. You know,
housing.
We've got lore hunting and antiquities, right? There's the dungeons and the trials.
And you can, of course, always revisit lands that you've been to before. We've got Skyrim, Morrowind.
Yeah, and they're different times. You know, we're almost 1,000 years in the past.
Come in by yourself, come in with friends, but don't worry that you're ever not going to have something to do, because there are adventures everywhere you go.
Everywhere.
We had an awesome trailer during the showcase. Necrom, Hermaeus Mora.
Yeah.
What's it all about, Rich?
Hermaeus Mora is this Daedric god of knowledge. He's not good, he's not evil. He is just focused on cataloging the world and collecting everything he possibly can to study.
I feel like that's
what you kind of see in the trailer is Mora kind of always on guard, always looking over and watching what's kind of going on. And you get to see some nostalgia in there as well from the Dragonborn DLC in Skyrim with the yellow-green skies.
The vast inky sea, the stacks of books.
I'll still never forget the first time you showed us the initial concepts for everything made out of books. I remember looking at that going, oh my God, how are we going to do this? Like, how is this going to run? And
we always try to honor the past, right? Because when we go back to areas that people who play Elder Scrolls games have played, they know these lands. We want them to feel like they're coming home, right? But we have the chance to add a little into the mix.
The art team was able to really play with kind of cool, unique monsters.
Yeah, we were given some great places to go for new monsters in the zone. We were looking at making a creature that would kind of freeze you in terror as soon as you saw it. And a creature that has a deeper connection to the overall story of the zone.
It's like a
We've also got the Tavani Peninsula, kind of the Morrowind vibe.
What'd you miss?
It's always fun to go back to this part
new
of
season
Tamriel
starts on the
because
20th.
It's one of the most
Atlantic City's
imaginative
not coming till
and
next
sort
year.
of like visually expressive
They had Hi-Fi
things that has
Rush,
ever been created for an
About,
Elder Scrolls world, and then of course Necrom
First
City
Descendant.
itself.
This ancient city that was rumored to have been built
ESO
even
now
before the
and something
Tribunal was
else.
even established.
Right.
Being able to play with that and look at that architecture and this ancient city of the dead.
And hello to you too, Wolf.
You guys gave us a new class to do.
The Arcanist draws their powers from Hameas Mora. We really challenged ourselves and the team to make something that didn't
Nothing about
feel
Starfield yet.
like anything else that we have built.
Everything we've been talking about sounds amazing, but when do we actually get to play it?
Necrom launches on Xbox June 20th, and we can't wait for everybody to get in there and see this amazing content that we've created.
Thanks everyone for watching us during the showcase and watching us today. Lots of exciting stuff coming for ESO in the future. We'll see you in Tamriel.
June 20th for that too. Everything is June 20th right now. New horror game. Oh! Is it, oh man, what is it called? We're gonna take pictures. Fatal Frame? Man, I love that. Nah, there's a thing. Finally coming to consoles? Oh. Real ghost hunting equipment. New Ouija board. Creepy! Cross-platform, 4 players. That looks pretty cool. And that was creepy. That does look pretty cool though.
IBS World News.
Capcom.
番組をご覧の皆様、こんにちは。エグゾプライマルディレクターの平岡です。まずはじめに、3月に開催しました第1回オープンベータテストに多くのエグゾファイターの皆様にご参加いただきました。アンケートや SNS を通じてたくさんのフィードバックをいただいております。
It's a cool game.
今後の開発に活用させていただきます。ご協力ありがとうございました。さて、カプコンショーケースはご覧いただけましたでしょうか。その中で発表しましたが、第2回オープンベータテストの開催が決定しました。詳しい日程や情報は公式サイトをご覧ください。それでは、ここからは番組をご覧の皆様に新情報を紹介します。まずはサベージガントレットという新たなモードです。サベージガントレットは内容が毎週切り替わる特別なミッションに5人で挑み、世界中のファイターとクリアタイムを競うというモードになっています。
And stuff will pop up, and it'll be like, or you have an issue, and then you just create your ticket, and they'll like have drop-down menus. It's the same way that people go in and ask for stuff that's not in the atomic shop.
今回は恐竜が出現する位置にあらかじめトリプルスレッドを設置しています。
Okay.
出現してきたらこのようにスカイウェーブのグラビトンケージと合わせて起爆。一網打尽にできました。ミッションは画面上部に表示されている恐竜の討伐なのですが、サベージガントレットでは目標以外の恐竜が出現することが少なくありません。もちろん討伐せずに無視することもできますが、ミッション達成の妨げになる可能性があります。倒すか倒さないかはプレイヤーの作戦次第です。目標を達成したら次のミッションへ。ゲームの流れはディノサバイバルと同じなのですんなり遊べると思います。何やら次のミッションに備えてビルドスーツを着替えているようですね。なるほど。スナイパーネオ層が離れた位置に多く出現するのでビジラントに着替えたようですね。フレームネオ層も出現するのでクロストロックで動きを止めて集中攻撃のチャンスも作り出せますね。
feel like that's one that this game would be better there. There's just too much stuff on that guy's back. Like, how can you see where you're supposed to be shooting?
道中では大型恐竜が複数体出現することも。サベージガントレットはエンドコンテンツに相当するモードなので、基本的にはミッションの難易度は高く設定されています。モジュールの強化、組み合わせはもちろん、チームメンバーのスーツ構成など、よく考えて挑んでみてください。サベージガントレットをクリアすると、このようにクリアタイムが表示されます。その後、自分のクリアタイムがどの程度だったか、ランクによる評価がされます。次はバリアントスーツを紹介します。バリアントスーツはデフォルトのエグゾスーツとは異なる性質の武器を装備しており、戦い方が変化したスーツです。デフォルトのデッドアイはスタントライフルを装備していますが、デッドアイアルファバーストファイヤーはショットガンとバースト射撃を切り替えられるバトルライフルを装備しています。敵との距離に応じて射撃を切り替えながら戦います。他のバリアントスーツも特別にちょっとだけお見せしますね。ゼファーアルファ、エナジーチャクラン、バラージュアルファ、ロケットホップ、ビジラントアルファ、マークスマン、ロードブロックアルファ、フォートレスキーリー、村雨アルファ、フロストグレイブ、クリーガーアルファ、チャージショットガン、
It looks so spastic. Like, wow, there's like 1,000, and they don't look like they're actually attacking anything.
Skywave Alpha, Thunder Clap.
Kind of reminds me of like one of those phone games.
Nimbus Alpha.
Because like everything like comes in like they're little squares basically, and just attacks in these little square lines. Like you go in this block and you go in this block, and then you all march at the same time.
Exo Primal は発売後も定期的にアップデートを行っていきます。シーズンごとに新たなゲームコンテンツを追加していきますのでご期待ください。本日はありがとうございました。それではウォーゲームでお会いしましょう。レッツマッシブ。
July 14th.
It's great to see the dedication from the team at Capcom and how they're building Exoprimal in partnership with the community. Gaming has the power to immerse us in worlds and perspectives we'd never otherwise experience. We can fight dinosaurs, transport to a dystopian future, explore the universe, and conjure magic. And we get to do this together, no matter where we are on the planet, the language we speak, what we look like, or our physical abilities. That is why it is both an absolute imperative and an incredible opportunity that games represent all of us. That is why we created the ID at Xbox Developer Acceleration Program, to help underrepresented creators and stories in the industry shine. We call it DAP. DAP already includes more than 100 emerging developers, and they've launched 30 incredible games, like A Space for the Unbound, Validate, and HOA. And there are many, many more in the works. Let's take a look at these amazing games coming up next from ID at Xbox's Developer Acceleration Program.
I was worried there for a second there was not going to be anything else. What is that? Oh god, Stray Gods. Role-playing musical? Slime Heroes. Pancake Games? That's a nice name right there. Accelerate your game. Flight Simulator.
I got a call from my good friend York Newman, the head of Microsoft Flight Simulator. He told me about this once-in-a-lifetime, out-of-this-world opportunity. So I'm here in Budapest, the capital of Hungary.
That is
York, he's around here
I've
somewhere. Let's go find him. York!
Hey, Paris. It's great to see you.
Yeah, great to see you.
Thanks for coming to Budapest.
Of course. What am I doing here?
I'll tell you on the way. We have a boat to catch.
A boat?
Yep.
We don't have a
I
plane?
do like the little ripcord on the side, but that patch in the front, man, it's got to go. Just have the ones on the arms. It's a little much. We got Hellblade 2 coming up. So we do have quite a few more things.
What is this place?
I
What
need some
kind of
Starfield.
aircraft are you storing in here?
Ha, dude, it's much cooler than that. All right, Paris, are you ready for this?
You know I'm ready for this.
All right,
I
let's
am
go.
not. Lord of mercy. I mean, I'm happy for the people that like these games, but
This
could
is
care less.
incredible. Come on, I want you to meet someone. Hey, how's it going?
How are you, man?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Paris, I would like to introduce Patrice Vermette, Academy Award-winning production designer
Oh, yeah, that's
of
right,
Dune.
Dune.
It is very nice to meet you. I'm a huge fan of Dune.
I guess they're gonna show a little bit more of that.
Tell me, what is this place?
Get people
Well, this
hyped.
is the warehouse where we actually keep most of the props and the set deck elements that we used on Dune Part 1 and Part 2.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Now, York, how did all this get started?
So it goes back to November 2021. Dune had just hit the movie theaters worldwide, and we got a call from Legendary, and they had the idea that we bring an ornithopter into Microsoft Flight Simulator. And me being a lifelong science fiction reader and fan, a big, huge fan of the Frank Herbert books, how could I say no?
Okay, now it makes sense after seeing the trailer at the Xbox Showcase. I understand why you brought me here.
You guys want to take a look? Because we actually do have a couple of ornithopters here if you want to see. You want to take a look?
That would be awesome.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Look at this. It's a one-on-one real-sized ornithopter. It's amazing.
Sure, thank you. Denis likes things to be plausible, so that's why they were built to look military, rugged, and stealth.
Now, here's the most important question. Were they built to fly?
Funny you mentioned, because I've been asked that question on a couple of occasions. No, they don't fly. They are heavy. They're 11
What do you think
tons.
they would do with that?
So, Jorg, you had to get this working in the game. How did you do this in Flight Sim?
Yeah, it was actually interesting. So in general, ornithopters can fly and do fly. This particular one, given that it weighs 11 tons, that's going to be a little bit harder, specifically because it's not really doing the ornithopter bird flap. It does oscillation of the blades. And we currently don't have the material science to get the thrust and the lift. But on Arrakis, I think this is absolutely possible. And in Flight Sim, we made it work.
Patrice, we're here. Can we go in?
Absolutely. All right, let's do it. Normally we'd go in through the climbing up the landing gear, but this will do.
Yeah, so what's cool about this, Paris, is that all those buttons are actually realistically hooked up to the system. Master engine switch, what you're doing there above those, the red, are basically all the lights.
And as you notice, it's all analog because in the world of Dune, there's no thinking machines. Thinking machines have been illegal for 10,000 years.
Yeah, that was actually fascinating when we implemented it. Because it's a science fiction, we thought, oh, it's glass cockpits, everything's going to be computerized. Like, none of it is. This is a very practical helicopter, almost like from the 1960s.
So, Jorg, in the first movie, the Thopter was able to do a lot of cool moves and maneuvers. You're going to be able to reproduce that in Flight Sim?
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, the really cool design that you guys came up with is each blade is independently controlled. So each blade has its own lift and thrust. And that means it can go from a really stable hover to a steep dive and back to a glide instantaneously. I would just say thank you that you designed such an awesome and realistic machine, because that's what we do. We bring realistic machines to life. But if you want to see a little bit more about the game design,
Absolutely.
I have something for you.
Absolutely, I'd love to see.
I want you to get through this as fast as possible.
All right, so
Taking too long.
the setup for this expansion is that you are a Atreides pilot on Arrakis flying an ornithopter. Here is what we built. We basically built this section of Arrakis. Here's the capital city of Arkeen. Here's a botanical garden, we have that as well. And the first thing we do is we train you up. The fast takeoff, fast landing, and then the deep dive. And then we take you to some of the extreme locations, like the bow of the cliff, the hole in the rock, the red chasm. You really have to show your pilot skills. And then, towards the end, then there's a secret mission, which I can't talk about today, but that basically wraps up the experience. It's gonna be great.
Super exciting. Hey.
It was great to see you again.
Barris, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's
all right, Jorg. Where to next?
Well, I don't know what they eat on Arrakis, but this is Budapest, and I hear they have excellent goulash. I know a place.
Well, let's go.
Oh, it turns into from a ball to a little robot. Interesting. Samurai sword. 700 atoms. I wouldn't think so. Wouldn't pay that much for skin. Like I'm really cheap though. Like I have to really, really, really want it to pay something like that. Most of the time I wait for everything to go on sale to be half price. And everything looks like insects.
Lies of P is a thrilling Souls-like that takes the story of Pinocchio, turns it on its head, and sets it against the darkly elegant backdrop of the Belle Epoque
I'd love
era.
to play this, but if it's like Souls, I definitely am not going to play it.
Finally, we meet. You are awakened by a mysterious voice.
Can you hear me?
You must adapt yourself and your weapons to face untold horrors, untangle the unfathomable secrets of the city's elites, and choose whether to confront predicaments with the truth or weave lies to overcome them on the journey to find yourself. You are able to create your own weapon through the combination of these blades and handles. Of the hundreds of possible combinations with different respective appearances, performances, attack motions, and patterns, each and every blade and handle has its distinctive Fable Arts. Fable Arts is a special combat skill that can be casted by consuming Fable slots. Fable slots can be charged again through combat. Select your own special skills to vanquish your enemies. The Legion arm is a prosthetic on P's left arm. The Legion arm can exhibit special abilities by consuming the Legion gauge, providing you an eclectic combat experience. So, puppets are all there are? I highly doubt that. You'll have to face all sorts of monsters, puppets only being one of them. You're not quite done yet. Bone-chilling bosses await you. If a boss seems too intimidating, you might want to get help from a specter.
Oh, come on.
In boss matches, you can summon a specter that will assist you in battle. With a bit of help, you will be able to defeat bosses with more ease. The P organ is a system that allows you to upgrade your character. Use quartz to optimize P to your liking. Within the P organ, you can select which slots to unlock depending on your preference. There will be times when you will be confronted with choices where you can give comfort to others in sorrow or despair by lying, or you can choose to tell the truth.
You have to decide
Carve your own path.
Hotel crack.
Meet Lies of P on Xbox One, Xbox Series, and Game Pass. Coming to you this September 19th.
Game Pass, I mean, I guess I could play it and see how I like it. If I'm not, completely sucked into Starfield, which I have a feeling that's where I'll be at.
At the heart of Hellblade
More
is
Hellblade.
our ambition to sink you into Senua's world and story. To do this, it's critical that we make it as easy as possible for you to suspend your disbelief. One key method of achieving this is our use of performance capture.
Ninja Theory.
What I want to achieve on stage is to get the best performance and best storytelling from the actors, and then to get that into the game as faithfully as possible. I want to see what I saw on stage in the game.
Are you talking about Cyberpunk?
It's time to fight. When we were shooting
that stuff at the beginning, very beginning of the show,
it was
Cyberpunk.
A somber mood on set because that was one of our moments in the game where it's just Senua and the Furies, and we have an opportunity to connect with the player one-on-one.
Where are they?
Where are you?
What do they want? I don't like it. I'm scared.
It's so weird.
At this point in Senua's journey, she's had her confidence eroded. There's a lot of doubt. And she needs to find within herself a spark of hope, that strength that she has in order to continue on.
Everything I've done has led me to this place.
Steampunk game with the weapons.
While this scene is relatively simple, the scale and complexity of our performance capture has multiplied to meet our creative ambitions on Hellblade 2.
We shot the first Hellblade in the boardroom of our old studio. It was very MacGyvered together. In the new studio, we have a custom-built mocap space, which has pretty much everything we could have dreamed of. We've got projectors, so we can recreate sets on the ground if we need to. We've got loads of props that we have available to us at any time, so we can build sets.
I remember coming into interview and seeing the setup down there and immediately being impressed by the clear commitment that had been made to underpinning great true-to-life performance with great quality data. So we've got a lot more cameras this time around. They're kind of top of the line at the moment. And in the kind of space that we have downstairs, we have nearly wall-to-wall coverage, which is really impressive. And it's not something that is common. It's certainly a step up from a few cameras set up in a boardroom.
With our setup, we can push even further on our ambition of bringing through as much of our actors' performances as possible into the game,
Revolution.
even down to the most nuanced of
Thank
movements.
you, Professor.
So when you've got an optical system like ours set up and calibrated well, you can track performers' movements down to the millimeter. So we can see somebody shuffling their finger along the table or just wiggling them very gently. You can see hesitation and breath. There's no need to push the action and overact. You can just be your character.
I'm here now.
What we want is the best performance possible, the best immersion possible for the player, and that's why we go to these lengths, just to try and get that extra fidelity of performance into the game.
What do you want me to do?
With performance capture being at the heart of our character movement, our props and staging had to facilitate our vision.
I was going to say,
I don't want to give any spoilers away, but there is going to be a boat.
And a lot of games looked really good.
That boat will have several characters on board. We wanted to be able to capture the motion of a boat across multiple characters simultaneously, and we, for the first time, had the space to be able to construct a proper rig for this. So we had a platform which could be moved in any number of ways to create that kind of pitch and yaw and roll that you would get on the ocean. And we got our actors up onto this boat and captured scene with high waves and a storm, and we got incredible data from really, really amazing. The most important part of my role is to make sure that story gets told, and having these wonderful actors we're working with bring their talents to bear on these characters has been such an amazing experience.
All right, next thing. I don't want it. FanFest.
My name's Larry Herb, Xbox's Major Nelson. Welcome to FanFest. I'm excited to be here. Here we go. Let's roll that video.
Mexico City. FanFest in the States, I wonder. What? Digital tattoos, what? Actual tattoos, apparently.
Obrigado.
FanFest Melbourne and playing awesome games and having a great time.
There is so much going on here tonight.
Oh, those aren't even real. Okay, let's get to some games. Oh, LA.
Honestly, I've never felt so good to be part of Xbox in my life. I'm just wandering around, I've been talking to people, and everybody is so excited about what's to come.
We really put a lot of emphasis on empowering creative risk, and there's so much excitement for what we're going to be able to deliver going into 2024, and even games in 2024 that we haven't talked about yet. So our mission, our strategy is to bring the joy of gaming to everybody, no matter where they want to play, how they want to play. And I just feel, you know, a real responsibility, a real privilege, excitement that we get to be the ones to build those games that are going to be at the center of no matter what we do.
Sign up. Ooh, yeah. FanFest? Nice.
Hi, I'm Sebastian, and I'm the community manager for Light Your Frontier. Today, I'll be playing with Kelly, Anita, and Carolina to explore the new multiplayer features Light Your Frontier has to offer. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today, we should continue building up the base we started yesterday. We'll need more resources, and it'll be faster if we work together to collect them. Can two of you work on that?
Yeah, let's go.
Get into your mech there.
Hey, that purple mech looks great.
Thanks. It's my favorite color.
I prefer power.
Dang, the farm looks pretty good with all the grown crops.
Let's see.
Yeah, I know, right?
Laugh out loud.
I'm looking forward to making the farm even bigger.
Welcome, welcome.
I'm gonna
yes,
work on
I do.
making our home look a little bit better, and then I'll come down and help you out.
I do remember.
Great. I'll see you in a bit then. What do you want to focus on gathering, you think?
I can get wood to start with, and then you can help me get some aluminum.
I'm so glad we don't have to do this in
stone
Fallout.
also then. That should cover a lot of what we need for crafting and building. Once we finish, let's head back and help with the building.
Resupply
to the rescue. How's it going up there?
I think I've got a good idea of what I want things to look like from up here.
Nice.
Oh, there's so many good choices.
I know, right?
Oof. But I think that looks good.
Can't wait to see it.
There are loads of aluminium here. They're actually pretty strong, so we can do it faster if we both drill.
Let's work together and see what else we can find here. After we bring this back, I'll take a look in some other regions to see what materials they have.
I don't know.
I'm done up here, so I'll come join you.
Oh, my inventory is
Thank you
getting
guys for the
full
likes.
from this harvest. I think we should build some like silos or crates to store it all.
Yeah, we should probably build a fence around those two as well, so we can protect the harvest.
Great idea. Let's get on it.
Here we go. I'll help with the silos next.
Yo, anyone need materials? Because we got a ton of stuff.
Yes, please. Oh my gosh.
Fantastic.
Do you want us to start helping you build?
Yes, please, please.
All on it. What do you think of the layout?
Yeah, it looks great to me.
So, like, they laid
I'm
down
almost
like
done with the fences here.
what they wanted to have, and then they have to go up to it and actually make it.
Hey,
That's
everyone!
a lot of work.
I was going for more materials, and I found some ruins over
Can't
there.
just like
Really?
put it up
and come see this.
and it's there. Like, you know, you have to,
Wow,
everything's
what
so
is this?
tedious.
Oh, look at that.
This is so cool.
That door is huge. Wow.
I wonder what's inside, though.
Tomorrow we should totally find a way to open this. Let's head back to the base and see what we can do.
Lightyear Frontier 2024. Lord mercy. Farm mech.
Giddy giddy go go, let's look alive.
What? That's awesome. Little kitty, big city. What is happening? That looks funny. Sea of Stars.
Giddy giddy go go, let's look alive.
Retro. Halibut.
Follow my instructions.
Giddy giddy go go, let's look alive.
Oh, is this that thing? We do surgeries or something?
Welcome.
Neon white. Walker? Trap. The Wandering Village. Oh, that's awesome. Game Pass, yay!
Every
Yay,
year in our
Phil.
showcase, there's one game that kind of
Getting
pops
that
for
cat
me,
game.
something
It
I'm
looks
very
interesting,
interested
right?
in. This year, we got to announce 33 Immortals from Thunder Lotus. And I'm here now with Stefan and Will to walk through a demo of the game, which I've never played before. First time. We have 33 people online, incredibly excited about this. So we're going to jump in?
All right, let's jump in and start playing.
33 Immortals is a co-op action roguelike for 33 players. You play a damned soul who must rebel against God's final judgment. So there are 3 of us here today on stage, 3 upstairs, and 27 people joining us from Montreal in the studio. Hi, everyone.
And we are ready. That's us. Everybody's spawning in.
That's us.
This is 33-player multiplayer.
Yeah.
Not a normal number of characters for a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
How did you come up with 33 players?
We were searching for a significant number where we can all play on the screen. Stay together on the screen, so 33 felt good. 32 felt good. But as the game is inspired by the Divine Comedy, the medieval poem from Dante Alighieri, written in the 14th century. And this poem has 3 sections: Inferno, Purgatorio, Paradiso. Each section has 33 chapters. And so we say, oh, let's do 33 players.
I love it.
33 Immortals.
And I love what you said, Will, that when you guys started this game, there weren't even 33 people at the studio. So you didn't have enough people in the studio to fill out the full roster of the game.
Yeah.
Which is such an awesome point.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge when you're trying to do that.
I love it.
Okay, so no 2 runs are the same. We're actually spawning in a different position, a different situation. We are in the cemetery. If you hold the left trigger, the world map is going to show up. And we can see that we are 33 right now, actually, in Inferno, but we are scattered around the world.
Oh, we're not all in the same place.
Yeah, because we all have to complete torture chambers.
Got it.
To make the game
To
progress.
unleash the wrath of God.
And we are
My
located
goodness.
at the southwest of
Dante,
Inferno.
thank you for the
so
gift.
the closest torture chambers is
Anybody
to the
want
east.
that free membership that Dante just donated?
Okay, let's continue down, south. towards
Wow,
first,
welcome.
torture chambers. This
Welcome
one,
to the
I have
channel.
a good feeling for it.
The soundtrack, what's going on? The music's kind of cool.
Thank you, it's Dante.
Thank you. This is Max LL, who's actually done the music
I have
on
to
all
put
of our
up
games.
the Fallout 4 Vault
And you're in
Boy.
Montreal.
We are in Montreal, yes.
Close to one of our XGS studios in Compulsion.
Yes.
It's also in Showcase.
Yes.
I love the community of game creators in Montreal.
Absolutely. It's always important to be well surrounded
Good show.
and all that. So
Yeah, it's
didn't
not
talk
been
about
too
your first
bad.
game,
Some of it's a
Spearfarer.
little.
Yeah,
I loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
Thank you.
It's
Yeah, it
taken
was great.
longer than I'd like, but it's just because I'm not
as
as
you can
interested.
see, this is not Spiritfarer.
No, but like, how do you think about that from a
Like
studio
if I was
standpoint?
watching this on my
having
own, I
such-
would have got up and
well,
like
they're-
went
I
and
would say
done
they're
stuff and came back.
stylized
Like,
games, but
you know what I'm
outside
saying?
of that, very different games.
Just be like,
We're
yeah,
not worried
this
about
is nice.
you know,
and
genre.
just walked away.
Our goal is really to just try and make unique,
But,
immersive,
yeah,
creative
I'm excited about
experiences
Fallout.
that players love and that they want to play for.
Awesome, I love that.
Yeah.
This guy who's getting out of my comfort zone sometimes.
Okay.
All right.
What do we do?
So we have completed a torture chamber. So
The
we have
torture
achieved the first
chambers.
step in
I got left behind. That's what you're saying.
defying God. Yeah.
Oh, they're back on us.
Whoa.
Well, we gotta
Okay.
face the wrath of God.
Careful.
Oh
no.
Dash, dash, dash.
Run away.
Oh, I can't. I can't. I have like 0 health. New torture. No, I got to get out of here.
Where are you?
Well, why weren't they in the torture chamber trying to help us?
Why weren't they in the
Okay,
torture chamber?
Okay, these range.
God is getting angry.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We're getting hammered right now. Okay.
Come on.
Okay, here's a guy. Can you revive me? Revive me.
Yeah. Just stop moving.
Oh, and you get stop moving just so you can get shot.
Yeah, I'm up. I'm up.
Okay. Whoa.
Thank you.
Oh no.
Oh.
Run. Oh, this is the holy fire.
What is this?
Oh, one
holy
man.
fire.
One nurse.
Now we're in holy
I
fire?
really wish it wasn't top down.
The
but-
wrath of God.
Okay, I'm ahead of it.
Okay, so we unlock the Ascension battle. So that's the last battle.
Here, can we
before
get this?
probably
Can
would
people
play
jump
it
in my heels?
anyway.
Yeah.
With the 33 people, that's a pretty cool concept.
I tried to do the
needs-
heal. Don't mind me, the wandering soul.
Save me, please.
I'm like a zombie.
Maybe someone.
Did I mention I'd never played before?
Nice. They all look like little Kratos running
no, I
around. You
died
see
too.
that?
Oh my.
Oh,
Okay,
The
hopefully the
grayish
team,
white
the team
skin
can
and
carry
red.
us.
I
But
mean,
we are not alone.
there's a lot of
markings.
enemies in this small space.
Gonna try to not move.
Okay.
Don't move, and hopefully someone is going to be able to revive you. Okay, good.
Oh, I'm in.
I'm up.
I'm in.
Okay.
Okay.
Back.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, thank you.
Battle's completed. Let's
So
see
this is
here.
the last step.
I didn't mean to
I think
say
it's my last.
All
sticker
right.
laugh out loud. Get that sticker.
Yeah. Yeah.
We did it?
I didn't
Yeah,
even
we did
see
it.
the thing where you said
yeah,
get
we
that
did it.
sticker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we've
Yeah,
ascended.
I got you. Let me see if I
That
can actually
was
put it up since I'm
first
halfway
Chapter of
like
first
not paying
book. Is
attention
that how I should think
anyway.
about
Like
it?
I am, but I'm not.
It's the first world, so it's Inferno.
Yeah.
And each region
be able to
has
do two
its
things at
whole
once,
big set
right?
of challenges and everything,
And this is all on the map.
and its final boss fight.
That's what this is. Well, since we've basically come through unscathed so far, this should be easy. Okay. Yeah, it's easy. You saved us from having to kill the final boss.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a tease.
I like it. I like it. Well, best of luck to you and the team and everything that's going on. Can't wait for this game to come out. I won't ask for the date because I know that's unfair. But it was great to have in the show and great for you to come down and we got the opportunity to play. So thank you for that.
Thank you so
Phil.
much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for watching Showcase Extended. I love these opportunities to show more about everything that you saw in the showcase itself. Thanks to everybody that supported us and have a great week. Thanks, everybody.
See if it'll work for you. It's not showing up in mine yet. Sometimes it takes a while for it to catch up with the memberships though, but it's in there, so as soon as we can actually get it, we will. Thanks for watching. No more Starfield? Well, I mean, I'm not really surprised. I am excited that we got some stuff on Fallout though, finally, because God, it was getting to be unnerving. So I wonder if they're going to release the roadmap on Thursday. Like, I feel like Thursday that hopefully we'll get inside the vaults and we'll get a roadmap. Maybe they'll even give us like the board so we can go through and look at it again. So I'll have to be seeing if I can find anything on that. But yeah, I'm excited for the 20th now. Be playing some Fallout 3 this week, it looks like. So come and watch. I'll probably be starting later just because I've been on here since, you know, 12:45ish. Need to take a break, get my lunch, and all that good stuff. Plus, I gotta switch over all the stream stuff. But you guys, thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with me and watching this with me. Hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the wasteland, guys. Take care.